lot of times what people miss is how they're behaving and how the interactions between their staff members and their customers have a direct impact on the organization. We often only think about the products that we're selling or the services that we're selling, not realizing that the underlying is kind of this corporate personality. It's an identity, and it directly defines the organization. It's almost a manifestation of the actual brand of a company. One, it's necessary to have a focus on building culture in your organization. Otherwise, you can just be swept away. I had a coworker ask me once, is it the front-end employees that develop culture or the managers? And so when I started thinking about that question, I actually said, well, if you don't have a plan for building culture, then no telling what your culture might be. A lot of the things that have to do with building your culture takes leadership and management actually working towards this whole shift. And it's not easy. It takes a lot of hard work, and it's important to really summon something very deep inside of you so that you can actually make the change authentic and that your staff want to be part of it, since it is going to be very involved. Well, I would say that usually you can see the need for a cultural shift with your staff, but the driving force behind what you actually need to do needs to be executive leadership. They have to be pushing forward because, the reality is that we live in a country that values hierarchy and looks up towards what to do. And since your staff members are actually watching the leaders and mimicking or aping the behavior of those that are in power, it's very important that once you've decided to make the shift, that you're actually the one leading the charge. A small organization is kind of like a speedboat. You can make that change quicker. A big organization is kind of like, a cruise liner. The shift takes longer, but nonetheless it's important. I mean, if the way that your culture is inside your organization is a testament to the people on the outside of it, no matter if you're 5 or 2 or 200, it's very, very important. Like the discussion, you gotta know who you are. Okay. You have to be fully aware with how you're going to behave in these situations, since you're the driving force. You have to know who the players are on your team, how they're going to behave, what's already important to them, what their core values are. You have to define what is important to your organization. Figure out what your purpose is. Why are you guys all showing up every single day to go to work? And then you put a plan in place, and then you work your plan. And then at the end, so you look back and say, have I worked it? Where did we fall short? Make adjustments, and then appreciate where you've come. In our case, it became something that was living and breathing. It was at the core of how we were going to make decisions. It was how we were going to continue to put ourselves out in the marketplace. So we posted it everywhere. We made it right in your face. You see it when you walk in the door. It's on our website. Any opportunity that we have to kind of throw in chunks of it in a conversation, even if it's lighthearted, we do that. It reinforces the messaging. So, like the talk, why is the dog on the couch? Well, the whole point why the dog is on the couch is because it's a set of behaviors that he has. And it's the reinforcement that happens when you're there. If it's continual, it's the same thing with the mission statement. You have to constantly reinforce that message that this is why we're here. It has to be alive in every interaction that you have with your staff members and with your customers. You never know when you're going to walk around the corner and be barraged with a handful of Nerf bullets.